Hello, Firebird fans. And Megan fans.
Ayo! And Henry fans.
Henry's getting his suntan in today.
Oh God.
Today is hot. Sun's been bright.
The metal of your truck is so hot. I leaned up against it with the slit in my hoo-hoo-hoo. Sorry, go ahead. It's so hot.
Alright, so we were supposed to get a shakedown at 2, supposed to get a shakedown at 4, and supposed to start first round at 6. So anyways, the 5:30 guys, I think, got their shakedown pass. They just did the national anthem for them, and they are now running their first round elimination.
Yeah, they're lining up right now.
So today, we were planning on not doing any shakedown passes, and we have been so delayed today because they got some unexpected thunderstorms last night. Luckily, our canopy did not take off and hit my car again, but it did cause the 3:30 mark on the track to...
I don't think you can see it from here.
You probably can't see it. It's right behind this tree here. Let me get this white piece of paper out of here.
The blue towel's gone from over here.
So they sucked like 8 or 9 gallons of water out of the track right there over the last couple hours. And then we had an oil down during testing, which literally wasn't that bad. It was like 30-45 minute cleanup. But the water's been terrible coming up through the track. But they think they got it under control. The sun's starting to get behind some clouds again. It should be going down pretty soon, which means the track's gonna get fast. So in preparation for fast track, we have put the 136 on the car. We have double checked lash, and I only had 2 rockers move a foul here or there. So that's good. Means we're not having any valve train component problem issues. We did buzz the motor to like 8,400 last night, a couple passes. So we gave it a good run. Depending on where we are in the run order, we either are or not going to use the nitrous with the 136. More than likely, I'm probably going to use it. So tomorrow, well, the current plan is we're supposed to get through first round tonight. That's it. Tomorrow,
cut it off at midnight.
Yeah, tomorrow they're going to start at noon. We're going to get in the gate a little before that. They're being courteous to the churches that are close and letting them get their services done, and then we'll start racing at noon, maybe noon 30. And we'll run second round on, so I think that's 5 or 6 rounds we got to do in the heat. During the daytime, the track is absolutely tough. It is very, very tough. We may have to put the 121 back on it for the daytime racing, and then put the 136 back on. So it makes it a little more difficult. Other than that, though, I think we still got to put a new set of tires on the car. We got 3 passes on these. We're really trying not to make more than 3 passes per set of tires for this weekend, just to try to keep everything as fresh and as snappy as possible. And with the glue on the surface, the name of the game is to not over wad the tire and not to bounce it. So we got a system figured out pretty well to keep the tire really, really happy. And we're going to just try to stick with that, and hopefully that continues to work and we can just horsepower this thing. We've been kind of just hanging around for the last 5-6 hours waiting on something to happen.
Yeah, people thought we left. People thought...
Because we took our time. We left early last night because we made our run, and then I was like, that's it. I'm not going to try anything else. And then I don't want to keep second guessing things because that doesn't really seem to play in my favor anymore. And then I didn't want to make any passes today, so we came out what we felt was pretty late, so we could come out and get rid of racing. We also wanted to give the kids a little break from us.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get away from them quickly.
Yeah.
Leave with Grandma. Grandma's been a lifesaver this last week. So.
No, yeah, people thought I went into labor.
Ah, somebody said I hit the wall.
And I heard that you were scared, so you loaded up.
Do I look scared?
You look tired.
I haven't drank any caffeine.
Starting line.
Well, there's the first pass of the event. Let's go get ours done.
You gotta go change tires.
Yeah. So This is the test pass for all of King of the South. This thing's a 5th gen Camaro Pro Mod.
It's fucking tow rig and trailer's worth more than like our whole entire neighborhood.
This is true. And it's shut off. Megan's like, I think it blew up. And we're like, it's a Pro Mod. That's what they do. That was not the Pro Mod. That was a turbo car. The Pro Mod didn't leave the line. Sounds like a whole bunch of nighttime tune-ups trying to go down the track while the sun's still up, Eric.
I'm not going to disagree. I feel like we didn't learn a whole lot of nothing yesterday during the day, because we only learned that we should have no-prepped this prepped event.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, as we approach no-prep weighting and 4-link settings.
If depending.
Yeah, that's the paint pen from my shirts. I drew on Megan a little bit. Well, Henry. That's not technically Megan here. It's Henry.
I have an alien inside my body.
For those who thought that they didn't show up because they weren't classy enough, no prep guys have the advantage. Anybody that's no prep for street race has an advantage right now against all these Pro Mods.
There's not a whole lot of Pro Mods out here. There's a whole lot of fast people.
Remember the rule, if they're faster than you, they're a Pro Mod.
Oh, true.
I think the go-kart's a Pro Mod. Pro Mod. Nice four-wheeler, Pro Mod.
Hey, Eric. See that flag down there? It's kind of hard to see. Oh, hold on, wait. I see a P, I see a C. All right.
I legitimately thought you were going to try and, like, you had that shit-eating grin on your face. I thought you were going to try and scare me with a pickle or try to, like throw it through the window or some stuff. I was getting ready to dead sprint down this hill. Like,
he would have dead broke his ankles.
Yeah, 100%. I'd have just dove bomb into somebody's golf cart, took off with it, and be like, I'll bring it back later.
I would have had to borrow his socks.
Sounds like the Pro Mod's going after it again. Eric doesn't like pickles.
Sitting on the fence over here, I have caution tape up there for a reason. You got to get behind it. You're blocking the view behind you. You got to get behind the caution tape, guys.
Pickles are nasty. They're disgusting.
It is, but it's convenient for you only. You got to get back behind the caution tape. Behind the caution tape, all the way back behind it. I put it there earlier this morning for that reason. Thank you, guys.
So Eric, you know, you had that one thing, like maybe you drank too much of X amount of alcohol when you were young, and you think about that alcohol and you go, bleh. Well, for whatever reason, it is a mystery of what caused it for Eric. But that is pickles. Pickle smells, pickle flavors, pickle juices, pickles themselves. So I used to chase him around the shop with pickles. It was pretty awesome.
Now Logan calls him Pickled Eric.
Yeah, he's Pickled Eric. And I actually got a little pickle figurine from somebody that sent it, and I colored it in with Eric's, well, at the time he had dark hair and his pirate stash or pirate goatee. Now it has silver Sharpie streaks in it. And now it's talking about to update it again and kind of fade the whole thing into silver. So, anyways.
I did not know there was that much pickle stuff that existed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pickle ice cream, pickle slushies, pickle cotton candy, pickle putty, pickle scents, pickled peanuts.
The pickle air fresheners are the ones that's like
pickle
really
air
low,
fresheners.
Like, and then all you hit them in everything I own. Where I was
pickle
working.
scampi, pickle fettuccine. Oh yeah.
Pickle shooters.
Pickle shooters.
Pickle like protein shakes. Pickle like. I mean, it's like you people are nasty. It's disgusting.
Oh, and the pickle cart matches them too.
That track sounds like a whole lot of greasiness. And that is why we sit for now. Okay, so we're gonna go up and make a shakedown. It's 9:30. We're gonna run first round eliminations tonight. Now that the sun's off the surface should be pretty good. I'm hearing people knock the tire off on the starting line, and then after that, they're making a pretty good pass. So we're gonna go up here and try our run. We got golf carts going the wrong way in the staging.
So left or right way?
Left.
Left way.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna make a shake in the left lane here. As you can see, the window's starting to fog up pretty good. So the humidity's pretty high. So we're gonna get, oh, there's Megan. Shaking her bump. Oh boy. Can't get pregnant twice.
Everyone has been looking for you.
What do you mean, like excited to watch us?
Yeah, like Frederick's like, well, you're down here. Has baby daddy went yet? I'm like, I hope not.
You said you're right behind him.
Thank you.
Behind them, right?
Yeah.
Please.
Everyone's like, has Brian made his pass? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have service.
This isn't gonna be impressive.
There's a big pothole right there.
Oh yeah, right there.
They won't allow you on the starting line, so I can't just like go up there and watch. So
Yeah,
they
makes
called
sense.
the sheriff's in.
Oh, they're keeping them off? Makes sense.
All right, I love you. I'm gonna go. Just kind of careful. Don't get out right there.
Yeah.
I love you. Be safe.
I will. Oh God.
Oh, thank you.
Oh boy. Isaac. He stretched me out pretty good on the big end. Boy, he stretched me out good. We went the exact same ET in mile per hour that we did on the 121 with the 250 shot. I ran the 136, but I did not turn on the kit on that one. Oh, we're getting a little traffic jam right here on the hill. So I'm gonna look at the log and see what kind of went awry there. So, because it should have picked up some good steam, it just didn't really pull that hard at all. So I have been kind of nervous about some of these new NGK plugs not being real good. So we should have a clean enough run and we can look at EGTs and kind of see what, if we have a hole that's down or anything like that. So, because we're definitely missing some power. So either it's pulling timing for some dumb reason, or Something wasn't right. Something wasn't happy. Okay, so we got our test run done. We got our butthole spread open wide by Isaac and Big Frank.
Stop saying that. Giving them an ego.
Big Frank showed me what a big sausage looks like. But I don't think it's their own because Frankenstein's made of multiple pieces, right? So anyways, the 136 did gain more boost, but you can kind of tell, let's see, in our, we did spin some. So this is an overlay. So dotted line is our 121 from yesterday. And you can see where we spun there, we spun here, we spun there. And really we didn't lose anything in the 60 or 330 doing that. And you can kind of see that in the G. It's pretty similar. The G lines are pretty close here. But then, like, you know, the 136 is making more G here like it should. But then, like, down track, it didn't really gain anything. And we look at the boost numbers.
Copper wire.
We got 48 pounds there. We got 38 pounds on the 121, so I mean 10 pounds of boost gain. We got a fuel consumption. And we picked up a good chunk in fuel consumption. But the, it's maybe kind of hard to tell because I got 2 logs on here. But the fuel trim goes up and maxes out right here on the closed loop corrections around 2.4 seconds in the run. It's kind of where this thing should have been picking up the G and really starting to haul the mail, which is where the G is starting to go up, and then it just kind of tanks. So we thought maybe a rocker fell off. You know, we look at number 6 EGT, it's kind of pissed, but it could just be the probe. But we also did have a different coil pack on that cylinder before, and maybe okay, so when we had the oil consumption issue on number 6 at I-29, we thought we were seeing some weird stuff on the plug and we were kind of ignoring the oil at first because it wasn't real bad yet, so we put a coil pack on it. Well, then we started seeing detonation because it was burning whatever was in the hole for sure at that point. So we knew we had an oil issue, so we got that fixed. So the oil issue is not there. We don't have any oil in the plugs. So that's good. So we put the tune-up back in that hole because we're pulling 60 degrees out now. We pull out a normal like 2.5 on that hole normally. Normally it's kind of a little warm. On this last plug read though, that hole looked really lazy. So there was no real good fuel burn to it. There wasn't really any timing mark on the plug. And there should have been something. I mean, all the other plugs we got, we can read some information on those and those look pretty happy. So kind of hoping with the extra boost, maybe we just kind of put the fire out on this coil pack. Maybe it was kind of weak. So Eric, I got the coil off. Eric's wedging it back in there while I do this. And we got first round drawn. We are going to run first round tonight. We got Patches in Houdini, who, as you might remember, just won Jamestown Cumberland Dragway. He took out Big Frank in the finals. And then, did Houdini, did he race Big Frank today? No, I think that was Todd Spears.
Todd raced Frank.
Oh, Todd raced Frank and Todd got Frank. Todd went 004 red and made a blistering fast pass. He told me the numbers. I want to be as cool as Todd one day. he didn't get bumped in all the way. They let the tree too fast on him. That sucks. But I think he still had a pretty good race. The car felt really, really strong early, so hopefully a time slip looks better. Alright, so I'm guessing they fired the tree a little early. Yeah, I think Patches rolled out, or Charles rolled out with Houdini. I waited for him to go ahead and take off so that we could still have a race, just a race. And I'll have to review the footage to see how he did. Our 60-foot really wasn't that fantastic, but we did drop tire pressure down, put it back to first gear, and we got our best, holy crap, traffic jam, I can't see anything. Okay, now I can see. We went at best everything for the weekend at this facility just now. It's not our best pass ever, but it's not bad. We did actually best our mile per hour by 3 for the 136 fashion we ever have. So that makes me really happy. We still have a couple more degrees of timing to go from the looks of it, but I'm guessing that coil pack was most of my problem. So I'm interested to get it back, get the log out of it. But just as we're getting going and we're moving and everything else, we're done for the night. So they are gonna have us run the rest of this event tomorrow during the day, where it's gonna be hot and greasy and shitty. So that part kind of sucks. But we're not the ones running the event. All right, so we got Jason Horde, 10th pair, left lane. He's in the right. He's had a terrible, terrible weekend. But it might get really good for him. He may be sending me home here soon. We'll see. But I mean, he had trailer problems with axle bearings that he doesn't use very much on his trailer because his main tow rig broke. A couple hours out of home, had to get that towed back in. I mean, he's had a journey of journeys. And then he informed me this morning that the truck that they're using to pull the trailer out here this time, the rear brakes failed on it, so they had to fix that this morning. The car's been problematic. It's been sucking in wiring harnesses on the turbos, something it's never done after almost 100 passes of having this configuration on it. Crankshaft sensor failures, I mean, all kinds of little dumb problems. So, but sometimes race weekends are like that. Sometimes they're really tough. And usually those are the most rewarding ones. Besides, Megan says not this time. We're gonna do our best to guess what we want to do for the grease of the day. So we're first group out for round 2. So before any other cars get on the track, ours will be the first. So we'll be the 10th pair down the track today for the day. It looks like they just drug it and sprayed it. So we're gonna plan on it being kind of poopy. We're gonna bleed some tire pressure out. Last night we let some tire pressure out. We put a lot of pressure in it, expecting like a really nice tight track. And so that's what we've been trying the whole time. And we took a big chunk of that out for our last pass last night, and man, it made a huge difference for how it reacted in the first 330. So we're going to run with that some more and get after it. So they're gonna have us up there in like 15 minutes. So we're going to wrap this up and make some last minute changes to the car, check the tune-up out, see what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna squeeze this past. I think the back of the track's gonna handle everything, and I guarantee you this twin 94 millimeter or 98 millimeter or 103 millimeter, I don't know how big turbos are on this thing. They're big, they're really big. They make my 136 jealous on this Hemi. Right there. It's a beautiful car. He said he's gonna show me turbo Hemi mile per hour. I said I'm gonna show you Pro Charger, big block, conventional headed, 1950s technology. Yeah. Yeah, that is rocking right there. We just took out Jason Horde. I tried to make a faster pass than last night. It felt fantastic. It felt like it took everything. But it was about 800 slower and it lost 7 miles per hour. I don't know where we lost it at yet, but it is, I mean, it is pretty freaking hot. I mean, it could just be that the surface, or it could just be the air is just not that great. So we'll go back and see what we got going on. That was the first time we've squeezed the 136 with the bottle, and I hit the lockup too, and hitting a lockup with this 370 might have bogged it down. So I'll take a look at the G meter and the logs, and we'll see pretty quick if the lockup helped us or hurt us. I felt like it was hauling pretty good until the very end, but I mean, it still felt really good. So, and looking down, doing my quick check on my speed on the dash, it looked like it climbed a pretty good mile per hour. Okay, we got our pairings for the next round. For right lane, 6 pair. We think the mile per hour, because the mile per hour is about 8 miles per hour off of what it was last night. We've been having issues with some of these NGK plugs at the shop where we lose a ton of power, put a new set of plugs in it. And I think their quality's just gone down a bunch. They kind of had this like gold haze to them, and sometimes you get good plugs, sometimes you don't. So we found a plug wire that was kind of weak, but we went ahead and put our old set of plugs back in it from the round before. And I was gonna set the blower up to max speed, and we found that the 136 also lost a corner of a secondary fins on that last run. So that's pretty upsetting. I know they made those fins thicker, but this doesn't have that newer wheel, so that'll have it in it this week. although we won't need this blower for War in the Woods next weekend. We'll need the 121 for next weekend only. It's disappointing because this blower brings the mile per hour out the back end for us, and we're still hunting mile per hour, and now we got to step it back a little bit more. So, oh, disappointing. Looking in here to see if there's any other fins missing right in here. I don't see anything missing there, so yeah, it's just this front piece. And my concern about this front piece missing is it'll cause harmonics on the blower fin some more, and it'll start to crack off more of these secondary blades. So, all right, so it's kind of like an emergency team meeting in the pit earlier with NX guys. Ready to go, Eric?
I'm waiting for traffic.
Okay, okay. And try to figure out how much we can spray it. And I guess you guys heard some more. I guess we got the wrong nozzle on accident, and we don't have the high flow SHO lines on this one, so we can only jet up to a 250. So we're gonna leave that alone. Barry Green went and asked around for another 136, and didn't find any people willing to on that part, but that's okay. We got some rock solid information from Axeman. Axeman said around the 121, really hard, and he said spin it over. And I mean, really, the 121's been pretty dang bulletproof. So we're gonna see if we can get some more gear sets. We do have one more gear set that'll spin a little harder, not much harder. We just hadn't been spinning it that hard just for longevity reasons. But I mean, if you're not winning, what's the point? So we're gonna see what we can find for gear sets, and see if we can't make a bigger step on it. Eric's dragging the brake. But I think we'll be in pretty good. Well, I don't know if we're gonna be in really good shape, but we're gonna do what we can do. You know, it's about all I can do. So we got as much nitrogen as we can run. We're spraying it way sooner than we were before. I gotta use the restroom pretty bad. So we will see. All right, that actually felt really good for the little 121. Felt real good. Oh, got after the tune-up really hard, really early. Okay. After looking at the slip for that one there, we actually sped up from our last run, 300s, and we're only down 2 miles per hour. But I also think that's like the tip-top shape that this blower can run. So we actually reset our PB mile per hour for this blower by another 1.2. I mean, ET wins races, but I mean, I still feel we need more power. So we're gonna go see what we can find for a gear set. Or we'll just put our 160 in it and go from there. So I was about to put the 160 in with the 136 anyway, so maybe just grab the 160 and see what we get next and go from there, see if I can speed up in the tune-up some more. Oh, that was a pretty good pass for the 121. Need to make this thing 60 foot. If we shed some weight off of it, it'll actually 60. Take some ballast off. So we just gotta see if we can do that. That'd be really cool.
Basically down the way it was before. That's only one snap ring here confirmed.
Yeah.
When we get back, give me the specs that you need and what you're looking to do, and I'll put something together for you.
Oh, we're gonna go this crazy.
Well, no, but you need the options, obviously.
Yeah, obviously I do. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you want to get like another 136 and a single stage, I mean, that'd be great. You know what I mean?
So I have a spacer I run right here.
Yeah.
That can come off pretty easy.
Put spray bars in it. Alright, we got that whoa, don't we?
What's that?
We got it ready?
I think we're good.
Good. Thanks, Rick. Anything else, holler?
Alright, recap. I think we put a 93 nitrous jet in it, an SHO line. Thanks to Roscoe, Jimmy, and Poland with NX. And then we upped the fuel side on the wet shot, put the 136 on. We sped the blower up with a 160 gear set. This chip fin should hold up for another run. After this run, we may be kind of screwed with this blower. So we're just gonna try to bring some back door. Isaac blew us out pretty good last night when we did a test run with him. So I know he's got the ability to pack on the mile per hour on the big end. So we're just trying to keep that as close as possible because I think we can outrun half them. Not on that one. We're good? Yeah, we're good. Just stab it and go. So we're just gonna try to be out in front of them at 3:30 and hopefully have a car on them, car and a half by 3:30, and then maintain just a nose on them by the finish line. He's gonna be coming. So this is where those turbo cars can really, really shine, is right here on this surface. I want to make some tune-up changes. We're still battling a greasy day. Try to keep going. Oop, broke something. Broke something bad. Hopefully just the blower. Hopefully not the motor. Hopefully it's just the blower. Well, bittersweet news. It wasn't the blower. It kicked out a rod. Either 5 or 6. We sped up a big chunk in a 60 foot and a 330 finally. So, bummer. Well, we're in the semis, but we're broken. So, we're gonna see how the chips draw, how they fall. I don't think we get anything. That makes it a bummer. But I think now we gotta start thinking about next weekend, and I really don't think we'll have time to fix it. So we got War in the Woods next weekend, so about the only option I got is to put a LS in it. So I think we'll have to do that. So I don't know if an LS has got enough nuts to win next weekend. We'll have to go a couple tenths faster than we were going with an LS, but I mean, we have a lot of stuff figured out in the car now. So maybe it'll work. Luckily I got a pretty decent LS at the shop. Hopefully everything's good with it, and we've never ran it. So we'll put it in the car and run a few weekends and go from there. We're already kind of talking about taking a break with racing with Henry coming so soon, and I think we got 5 or 6. It may be as early as 5 weeks from now. So Megan's measuring pretty big. So we'll see. Oh, bummed. All that thrashing. But the good news is we made a really, really great pass. I do believe it broke before the finish line because it didn't pull as good of mile per hour as it did earlier. But it was getting down. So something to be proud of.
Almost home. Actually, I've got pizza all over me.
Temper's cooled.
Yeah, ish. I'm still hormonal, so you know. I'm gonna hold a grudge for a while.
So, all right, not a whole lot of content from at the track after our glorious pass against Isaac. We got as Frederick with 1320 put, we pretty much maxed everything we could on the car. So we emphasized the KC Max part. We upped the nitrous jet to a 92, put an SHO line from NX on the nitrous line feed into the nozzle to get extra flow. Put a 160 drive in at 136 with the little broken fin tip on it, and gave it the sauce. The pass was great. It was our best 60 foot and 330 of the whole weekend. Our best 60 foot by far. and there was still some more on the table for subsequent rounds after that if everything was good. Unfortunately,
It was not good.
Unfortunately, it looks like about 4 seconds into the run, maybe like 3.9 in the run, we lost something in the motor. So I got two thoughts. One is we run a steel Cali's Ultra rod, which if you go look up their horsepower rating online, and then double that, and that's safely what we pretty much run on that rod, or assume that we run on that rod before we sprayed it. So we kind of exceed the limit of that rod a decent amount. But, you know, usually good, clean tune-up, no detonation, stuff like that. It seems to be pretty good on it. We've been able to make big power on them. Should I have an aluminum rod to motor? Yeah. But we're always pressed for time, and the lead time on aluminum rod is a little harder to get. So, unfortunately, we either broke the rod from power, or we actually had consumed a bolt from our rocker stands at I-29 when we were chasing valve train issues there, and we were having threads pull out of the head. Well, that bolt went down and got chewed up by the lower end of the motor, and it got squished between the crank throws and the bottom of the pistons, and squished the bottom of the pistons around the wrist pin area. There were no cracks forming yet. I tried to clean them up a little bit, take some stress risers off without minimal sanding to not change bob weights, and it's possible that that caused stress fractures, and that built up over these 10 runs that we had with the motor after we put it back together, and we may have pulled the wrist pin out. We pulled the wrist pin out. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty bad for the motor. I'm going to guess the block's probably completely trashed. Camshaft's probably trashed. Oil pump's probably trashed. Oil pump's probably trashed anyways. Oil pan's pretty beat up, so lots of money right there, all screwed up. So if it broke a rod in half, then we did have some piston coming out of the zoomies. Pieces of piston. So it's possible. It could be really bad. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
It's not gonna be that bad. We're gonna stay positive. He was like this all race day on Sunday. You were hesitant about everything, and I was positive. We're gonna stay positive.
It's mechanics.
Yeah, I'm not a mechanic.
I can't just mold this back together.
Sure you can. I believe in you.
So, losing our camera. Anyways, so that was with 6 cars left and we beat Isaac. That means after that, there was 3 cars left for the semifinals. Lo and behold, by the time we got back to the pit, we had the bye to the final. So, rules
Remember, it wasn't a competition bye. We had a chip draw bye into the finals.
So we're in the finals. Boom, done. Can't lose our bye run. We're in the finals. Second place money was $2,000. So we were guaranteed that, and then we just kind of waited until we saw who was going to be in the finals with, and then, you know, maybe if they were broken or whatever. I mean, technically my car still ran. It was just making a mess in a hurry. So we just were kind of waiting. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make the call for the final because we were broke, and we just took our second place money and we were done.
You're gonna skip out on all the other stuff? I won't. I'll tell you guys exactly how it is. They wanted us, we only had to make the bye run because we were broke. If we weren't broke, we didn't have to make the bye run.
So yeah,
but they knew that we were broke, so they were demanding that we made the bye run.
Who's they?
That's what the guys were saying from the tower. Remember?
Well, they went back to say that because if we're on a ladder,
right?
They didn't understand the chip draw part very well,
right?
But once they understood it from like a ladder standpoint, like there's no way we could lose in our bye run, broken or not, whatever.
Right.
We were in the final.
But according to track rules, you have to make your bye run. That's what the whole drama was all about, because we had a racer. I won't even say the name.
Finalist.
We had a racer come up to Corey, yelling and all, throwing a fit, saying that we could have red lit, we could have we could have wrecked our car, we could have crossed the line, and because those are the track rules, we would have been DQ'd. So they would have got our $2,000 when they were already getting paid the 50 grand.
Which, I'm sorry, when we do the kind of racing we do, all rules are covered in driver's meeting, all rules are covered in printed flyer. Those rules aren't on there.
And the issue was, though, is that we had our no prep rules of the people that were hosting the event, and then we had our track rules from the track people who
And then we had
were running the track.
And then we had a racer that was extremely pushy.
So pushy that he pretty much sent one of the guys into an anxiety attack, and somebody else had to step in and hold the ground down, saying, no, that's not how it works. A chip buy is a buy. They do not have to make it. They don't have to come up. They don't have to break the beams. Nothing. Like, they are into the finals. We could have easily, and if they would have let my hormones do what my hormones wanted to do, we could have easily pushed our car down there. He could have started it, and we could have ruined it for everyone. We could have been splitting 3 ways and taking more than $2 grand home.
Yeah, so the end argument ended up being that whoever was racing in the final for $50,000 really wanted the extra $2,000 that went to second place.
So I don't know if maybe he was that scared of the car he was running. And think of it this way, they could have easily took it upon themselves to discuss a split between the two of them. I mean, either way, they were walking away with more money than we were, and we were in the finals. There's a lot of shady stuff that we could have done. We could have tried to hide the brake. We could have done so many different things, but we didn't. Ryan is a very honest racer. He doesn't want to fuck up the track for people. He wants people to enjoy their day. He wants races to be finished. Like, that's just not who he is. I'm not gonna say we, because I was pretty heated. I was
Too mad.
I was big mad.
We've taken 24 hours
to film this, and I'm still this worked up about it. It's just, it's so sucky to make it so far and have people want to take something so little away from you when you literally climb through the ringer of not being the fastest guy on the property. I mean, you guys watch the whole video, you guys will see we struggled the entire time. We struggled with plugs, we struggled with coils, we struggled with the Pro Charger, tire pressure. I mean, we struggled the entire time, and we still somehow managed to make it to the finals and had people wanting to push us down and pretty much say that we don't deserve anything. It didn't happen in front of us.
It sounded like it was quite a shit show for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, there was just no reason. I don't know how you can twist that, however you want to try to twist that. If you twist it into any other limelight than what just happened, your sportsmanship is so shitty.
100% agreed.
And if your sportsmanship's that shitty, come give me first round every event. Please do that. You can go home right off the trailer. Bye, adios, sayonara. You ain't got to worry about money ever again. And I will do that every race. If your sportsmanship is that bad, I will make it a nice short day for you.
That and then just the miscommunication with the rules. I feel like there's a lot of drama between that, but it wasn't, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I just think that no preps have their rules. GoPro keeps getting hot.
So you got, if you're track leasing for promoters to come in and run an event, and they're running an awesome event.
Corey did fantastic.
Yeah, really. Corey and Happy seem to do really, really well on that one. And if you're giving authority to these guys to run this event, let them run the dang event. Don't try to implement whatever you want to do because of
whatever.
Yeah, for whatever reason, or if you're being swayed or pushed or whatever, it's not your event. It's the guy that paid for the headache, or the guy that signed up to get the headache given. Let them have the headache of it. Don't jump into it and make their day even harder than it already is, because they're already dealing with tremendous amounts of stress.
So much.
Pleasing everybody else out there. And I get it that I understand being defensive. If you come into somebody's house and you're telling that person what they need to do, I can understand both ways, but to me, if anytime we go to an event, something like that, it's the guy running the race. It's gonna be, it's their call.
They should have the final say.
And it just, we weren't there for these conversations, but it just seemed like there was a lot of bickering or argumentative decisions that were being made that just
over $2,000.
It just didn't seem to make any sense.
I don't know. All in all, it was a great time. Again, we had so much fun with the fans. Most of the racers there were freaking amazing. It's people that we love racing with. Todd Spears, Preston, Logan,
Tin Soldiers.
It was so cool to see Charlie Brown out there hauling ass. I love that.
Jason Horde and them.
We had Houdini. We had Team Denver.
Yeah.
Jordan. We're never moving there.
He's trying to recruit us.
Yeah, he's trying to get it. Do they live in North Carolina? They live North Carolina. Yeah, we're not moving. Although this morning I woke up and the mountains were gorgeous and the fog was awesome. Still never gonna happen, buddy.
You know.
Can't do it. It's too hot down there. I'll take my Midwest heat over that shit.
And I mean, there were so many awesome cars and teams there and stuff.
Oh, so many pretty and fast cars too. I mean, but unfortunately, I feel like everyone was just, everyone struggled in their own way at the end of the day. I mean, you had Todd Spears broke, Logan broke, you had multiple cars break before first round even started. Yeah. You had people kicking tires, you had people Adam Preston almost hit the wall at the big end.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of challenging parts of it, and it showed how awesome and how fantastic these racers really are.
Because we all were testing. I mean, everybody, I believe, had a mindset built in for this track.
Yes.
And
we all thought we were going to have to beat the Prestons 416.
414.
Whatever.
414. Well deserved. Well
deserved. It is well deserved. Whatever, though. But let's be honest. Everyone going into this race was like, okay, that's the number that we're going to have to beat.
So you can see everybody swinging for it. I mean, it was, I clap my hands, but I'm holding the camera with one of the hands.
It's in front of me right now.
It was, you gotta keep the battery cool. It was a great play to go out there, lay it down, show it to the world, see who could do it better. Doesn't sound like anybody out there has beaten that before. Sounds like some people have gotten close in years past, but nobody's beaten it. And I mean, that's fantastic. That's great for them, because you know what? When you got, especially when they bring really 3 cars that I feel are all kind of in that wheelhouse of running around between Logan's and both the Preston's cars.
And Isaac, yeah.
I mean, that's 3 tough-ass cars. And then you got Axeman showing up.
Oh, that was so much fun. And then Lyle was driving his other car. So yeah, he had both cars there. Which
we're blistering fast.
I do love the fact that Lyle's idea was throwing you in one of the cars for the finals. I really wish that would have been brought to my attention, because I would have been so on board and I would have went down to ask if that was allowed. That would have been so cool. But yeah, they were there and he was making freaking licks. All testing licks, first round licks. I mean, he was moving.
Weekend. Yeah, it was cool. So I mean, there was, by no means, we were not, in the beginning, in the first 2-3 rounds of the race, we were not the forerunners and going the fastest. No. Now, were we handling the heat of the day passes that we knew we were going to have to make on Sunday? Yes. Was I making solid licks every round? Yes. I mean, we were taking it round by round, doing the best we could, trying to make the most logical directions we could. Yeah, chipping away at everything.
Yeah, literally. I shouldn't have used that word, probably. I'm sorry.
And thank you, fans in North Carolina. Never sold that much merchandise in one weekend. We brought,
oh my gosh,
we brought quite a bit more with us than usual, and we went through so much of it. Sorry to everybody that needed sizes that we ran out of.
3XL and 2XL. And 4XL, but that's
and larges.
Yeah, we ran out of larges at the very, very end.
Yeah, we almost were out of everything. But thank you to everybody that came over and bought shirts. That's really helping get us home.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Greatly appreciate it. I'll have all of my extra shirts with me at War in the Woods this coming weekend. I give it an extremely slim chance we'll have the race car there. Almost lost it. Right now, the first best plan I had was to take the 388 that we just put into Elvira out and put it into the race car, and then I'm trying to get my turbo headers back for the LS, so I can slap on a set of twin 88s and come out that way. But realistically, I've got 2 evenings to get this whole caboodle done. I've got a lot of work scheduled because we took vacation last week, and I've got a week and a half worth of work shoved into 3 days right now, and at the end of my 3rd day, I'm supposed to be on the road to Indianapolis. So we're really close to getting Elvira done with the 388 in it. So I think my current plan is to probably bring Elvira and do some tree street, maybe hard tire stuff. We'll see. Megan says I'm going to get the race car done. It just really comes down to how many bad parts I got.
It really comes down to how much money this is going to cost us, because obviously...
It's not money. I mean, I can...
Let's be honest. If it's a very pricey fix, it's going to come down to money.
I think it's time is the worst part, because we can't order and get pistons this week. Yeah. We can't order and get rods this week. We can't order and get a crank this week. We can't order and get a block this week. I can't order and get a camshaft this week.
Wow. It sounds like you're loaded. If you could order all that stuff in 1 week. I didn't realize I'm married so rich.
I don't think I can order all that in 1 week if all of that's bad.
It's not.
I might be able to order a couple rods, and I can afford a set of pistons. But I mean, the timeline and everything else, I don't know.
We're gonna try and make it work. We're not gonna give up. Right
now it's Monday. It's almost 6 o'clock at night. We're gonna be home around 11 o'clock tonight, and our house was without power most of last week from all the thunderstorms at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw away a bunch of groceries and stuff.
So we may be hooking up the generator to run the house for a few days.
We're gonna stay positive, man. You're the positive one in this relationship. I'm the negative Nancy.
No, I'm logical.
Okay.
If there's an answer to go get, I'll get it. But it's
you gotta have faith.
It's gonna come down to how fast I get it apart, and then seeing if the heads have trash in them. They 100% have trash in them. So I'd have to get the heads fixed. The camshaft in the motor would have to be good, or we're going to run an old one. The one we just took out had a couple lobes where the tips of the lobes are starting to kind of flake, it looks like, because we had some lifters where the roller bearings were starting to stick, and it was starting to slide the roller across the cam itself. So we had to put some lifters in it from backup motor into the current motor just to make this weekend, because you can't get lifters. I mean, they're like 7-8 weeks out, and I've been waiting 3 weeks now so far, so hopefully I've been a month. The parts industry is just really hard right now to get stuff to fix things.
Okay, well, other than that, what'd you think of Shadyside?
Sorry. Shadyside as the track, that was the first time we were there. I really liked the track, it was cool. The terrain is a challenge for golf carts, walking, standing, surviving.
Pregnant women.
Extremely hot and humid, but I mean, that's anywhere that's really green anymore. Food was good. Really enjoyed our fried bologna sandwiches. Well, Eric and I did. Megan, she doesn't like that stuff. She's making a face. There we go. Figured she was making a face.
I don't like it. I don't like the smell. It's gross. You were talking about the track and how you liked it.
Oh, I liked it was kind of hard to hear some of the communications in the pits, even with our little radio. But as far as once we started going to the staging lanes, getting organized, running down the track stuff, that was done really well. I did like that. They had plenty of people in the lanes, making sure we got where we needed to get to run the classes in order and run the cars in order. So that was nice. That was well done. We would make the pass, and it was so hot. They had a couple of people. There was a gentleman and a kid on Sunday, And during Friday and Saturday, Sunday, there was just a gentleman down there. And this guy was down there grabbing our chutes, direct to where we needed to go. So we had plenty of room with all the cars stacking up down there for all of us with our chutes out and stuff like that. Because we couldn't make the turn and go up this hill coasting and then down the pit. You know, you kind of get stuck in this little cul-de-sac area. And he was there offering water. And then when the little kid was down there, he was bringing us water, not even asking. He was like, here you go, and they're grabbing our chutes and I mean helping us out while we were getting out of the cars to make room for more cars so that the event could just keep moving. And that was really cool. That was really cool. I like that. That was a nice little touch. After flying down there, you kind of get a little victory water. I mean, even if you lost, you got water. We'd never lost, so victory waters. We lost in testing. We didn't lose in testing, just like I said. Big Frank's little wiener got me. Yeah, it says month of June we got War in the Woods. We have H-Town 2 weeks after that.
Cali Nate's Memorial Race.
Yeah, in California. It looks like I may be flying out to California. We'll see.
Well, then his Memorial Race in Oklahoma is the 23rd. The rain out date. It's on a Sunday.
And then we have Gangster's Paradise at Wagler. Which is at the end of June.
And then we haven't started really planning for July due to the fact that
it's hot and we got a kid. A new one. Yeah,
I'll find out like July 17th what the game plan is. So I mean,
yeah, our August baby may be a July baby. So to be determined. So I'll
if you stuck around this far, thanks for watching. It's a long video. I'm sorry. I did not want to do a two-parter. I hate doing two-parters.
Yeah, so you get all the action in one video. Kind of long. I even filmed a bunch of time-lapse stuff. She said she didn't even want to use it. It's going to be surprising to me if she does use it. But don't worry, folks. She's got a bunch of time-lapse coming up soon.
Oh, that sucks.
Because you know what's going to happen next?
Rebuild.
Something's getting fixed. Something's getting done. Something's getting built. Something's getting dissected. Something's happening.
Those videos are so hard for me to concentrate on.
All right, let's get some like polka music or something going next one.
I told one of the guys that I was going to do disco next time.
Disco?
Yeah. I like the disco idea.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. Ow. Oh my god. This pregnant chick's uncomfortable. Alright. Well, I'm going to put this video up to finish out this video. Does that make sense? Nope. Oh! Huge shout out to NX for this weekend. Nebraska and Poland and
Jimmy Dale.
Gunner. We're all at our tent helping out in any way possible.
I'm pretty sure we have parts on our car from Gunners.
Yeah. He was willing, I bet you he would have taken his motor out if we had time. They are very supportive people.
I don't think we needed that much to get it done. Oops. All right, we better go.